Hi, I'm Steven,
And I'm Steve.
and this is Cherry Knoll Whiskey Reviews. So, today we are starting our 12 Days of Christmas. We have a selection of 12 whiskeys that are kind of like a advent calendar for us. These are all whiskeys that we have already tried on the channel. Things that we both kind of said, you know what, yeah, that's a good bottle.
That's one of the good ones.
Right. So, out of these 12, and yeah, there was probably another 8 to 10 I could have added in here that I thought of after finishing these 12 bottles. But this is what we have, what we're going to do. We'll end up choosing one to be day one, and then each day do another one, and we'll give them a score. And on the 12th day, we will look at the scores and figure out which one ruled supreme in this advent calendar. So we'll start with scoring the aroma, the nosing, and then we'll go to taste, and then we'll figure out what whiskey it is based on the number at the bottom of the bottle, and then we'll give it some more scores after that.
And we thought it'd be cool to do this separately so that I have a list and Steve has a list to see kind of how we agree, where we disagree, and all that. So hopefully that's interesting.
Throughout the full 12 days.
Right. Obviously we're going to agree on this one, that this one is the best so far. But hopefully that'll become just more and more interesting as the days go on. Very subtle.
I was thinking the opposite. It's rich and bold, like chocolate cherries.
Yes, the nose is good. I agree with the chocolate cherries. I meant more subtle, as in I don't want to pull away. It's not, it's
not harsh.
It's not high proof, I don't think, just off the nose. But yeah, it's chocolate covered cherries. It's those little maraschino cherries,
right?
Which I know. I'm metagaming right now, but I know we've said that about a whiskey, but I can't remember which one.
So I'm going to be going old school with pen and paper to take my notes. Steve's going a little bit more sophisticated with a cell phone and his notepad on there.
And we're rating, I don't know if you said it, but we're rating these out of 100 for each category.
Well, so combined 100 will be 25 points for aroma, 25 points for taste, and then a additional 50 points distributed for 2 more categories after we find out exactly.
I'm so happy you said that, because I was going to give it like a 70 for the nose.
Yeah, it's deep, rich, and then it's also got this like light, fluffy sweetness.
I was gonna say it's got like almost like a cotton candy type sweetness.
Right, like, yeah, I agree, because it's so fluffy.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's very good.
Really liking the nose.
Do you have a number to give the nose yet?
I think so.
I think I do also. This is out of 25.
I have 25.
Okay. So complicated. I'm locking in my number.
Me too. Alright, I gave the nose an 18.
I gave it a 16.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we're pretty much right there.
Yep.
So now we'll go in on taste.
It's cold.
It is. A lot of rich barrel.
Yeah.
Like chocolatey, spicy barrel.
It's got a lot more burn than I expected it to.
A little bit of nuttiness, maybe. Like a chocolate covered nut with a little bit of spice on it.
Yeah. I forget who makes it, but one of the chocolate people makes like a salted chocolate bar.
Right.
It's kind of got
Like a payday?
got that to it.
Like a payday.
No, it's like a nice. I think it's like Lindt or like Lindor or one of those like fancy brands, but it's just dark chocolate with salt in it. And that's what this reminds me of, because it's not sweet chocolate. It's
Right, it's
not
got a savoriness
milky
to it.
chocolate. It's almost like cocoa bean. Not much fruit in the taste.
No, I agree. The nose had that cherry, but it doesn't come through on the taste.
Yeah. Just exploring.
Right. Getting big. Not gonna fill my lap soon.
It's pretty good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've got any more notes to give it though on the taste, other than a savory, chocolatey nuttiness.
I was trying to pull something else out of there if I could, but it's really very straightforward.
Right, very good, but straightforward, like you said.
I know where I am.
I'm going 13.
I'm also going 13.
Really?
Yeah.
The coincidence of that.
Yeah.
You ready to know
it's
what it is?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, the taste is kind of just what it is.
Right.
And the aroma is more complex than the taste. But, all in all, it's definitely a very drinkable, very good bourbon.
Yeah, absolutely. You want the number?
Yep.
This is number 6.
Number 6.
Number 6.
That's going to be Old Forester 1910.
Ah, okay.
I should have asked if you had a guess on what it was.
I didn't.
Before.
I didn't.
I
No.
did.
Did you?
Granted,
were you guessing?
I kind of just filled these today.
Yeah, but you didn't know
so-
the numbers. And
I didn't know the
all look
numbers.
different.
They were all mixed up.
Were
but-
you guessing?
But I
an
could
Old Forester?
tell by the taste that it was a double barrel. And I was like, yeah, this has Old Forester notes to it that I am really digging.
Yeah. Old Forester was one of my favorites, just in general.
Right,
overall,
in general.
it was
Their whole lineup is
excellent lineup.
is really good.
Yeah.
So the next two scorings are going to be based off of availability. Like, can you find it at some stores, all stores, no stores?
Which I feel like this one's got to be pretty high.
Only seasonal. Yeah, all things like that are going to have an effect on that score. And then also price. Is it priced out of where it should be? Is it priced below where it should be? And that'll be the final score. And I kind of feel like this bourbon,
this score is pretty high in those areas.
Those 2 points, it's got to be like a 22 to 23 on both of them.
Yeah, you would know better than I do. So
it's
what, 40 bucks?
40, 50 bucks. I think they are starting to go up to the 55, like mid 50s. But still, even at $55, a twice barreled
Not
bottle
complaining.
is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give, I think, both of them a 23.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I
think-
agree with that. I definitely agree with that. What would be a 25?
Yeah, something within that like $20 to $40 that you can just find on the shelf everywhere. Ooh. So like the Buffalo Traces, crap, what are they? Their lineup of like the top floor and benchmark.
Oh,
their benchmark
Benchmark.
lineup would fall
Yeah.
into the price category and kind of the availability. Like people are saying that it's allocated, but I'm seeing it on the shelves everywhere.
Benchmark?
Yeah.
Really?
But another one would be like Jack Daniels,
Mm-hmm.
Maker's Mark. Yeah, their standard ones would be, you can absolutely find a Maker's Mark at every store, and it's going to be within that $30 price range.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So this is, because it's at that $40 to $60 range, it gets that slight little markdown,
Right.
and the 1910 isn't at every store.
Gotcha.
So that's my reasoning behind the 23 instead of a 25.
This one gets a total of 75. And you're
Yeah.
77?
77 for me.
Yep. Alright, so benchmark numbered 77.
Right? Like, I don't think anything's going to hit 100 on this list.
I've got a few that I know or that I think are on this list that I feel like might get very close. But
Yeah, I mean, there's one that I can think of that might get into like the 80s or 90s, but I think the 60s to 80s is more reasonable for all four
Yeah.
categories.
yeah. Definitely.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Merry Christmas.